Remember, DJs, not every gig is about making people dance. All right. Especially if you're on the corporate side. You got to learn this. Sometimes our role is just to create that seamless background, whether that's a product launch, a networking event, or maybe even a VIP reception. You know, let's get into this. Let's dive into it deep. I posted something on my IG about a corporate event I did on a rooftop in Philadelphia where I mentioned in the caption that sometimes we are there just for the background music. We're there to just have everything mellowed out, chilled out, build a nice atmosphere where people can talk and vibe to the music, where there may not be any dancing. And there was one particular DJ, which I'm not going to name call him. He's known in the industry as basically a hater. He's from California, but he mentioned, "Oh, f that. Every event is a dance party. Every event is a turn up opportunity." And that let me know that he knows nothing about corporate events. I'm pretty sure he probably just does weddings, which again is nothing wrong with that. And I feel like with weddings, yes, you want to get everybody turned up dancing. Even if you have, a couple that doesn't really dance, but they're guests, you definitely want to provide that good tunes and provide that good time. But when it comes to corporate product launches, this is a lot different. Even some retail events, you may get some dancing. You have a great opportunity to play high energy, uplifting music, but you can't expect people to dance all the time. All right, and this is very important. DJs, sometimes we got to channel our expectations. All right, again, everything is not a club event, and we need to understand that. Now, about background vibe, very big role. It's about keeping the energy up, keeping that professional atmosphere. And again, these events pertain mostly to networking. Some depending on sometimes brunches, not all brunches. Like I guess R&B brunch is totally different. Showroom events. All right. I just did one yesterday at the Ashley store. Did I have dancing going on? Yes, I did. Not the whole entire store, not everybody. This was a professional environment with store associates selling to people coming in. All right. So the goal was high energy. The goal was not a dance party. All right. In this music selection, there's strategies to this. There's tempo ranges that you need to hit for these corporate events. Certain genres you should be playing. The volume control, you shouldn't be super loud. Speaking on genres with corporate events, I know a lot of DJs may be turned off about this. You shouldn't be playing hip hop. We just got to keep it quite frank. And I'm not talking about Sugar Hill Gang, not that old school 80s. That is fine. I'm talking about like today's, even 2000 and up, and today's hip hop or rap. You shouldn't be playing any of that at your corporate events. That is not the proper music to create this atmosphere, this background vibe. It's just not. And we should all know this. It's not appropriate at the end of the day. Now let's talk about gear and setup considerations. Depending on the event, you might want to go with a smaller setup. However, if it's a maybe it's a conference, you might want to go with a larger setup depending on the amount of space and depending on what's needed. You might need things to be more wireless. You might have to do things on the AV side. So again, your gear and your setup will range depending on what your client wants. And those are questions you should ask during your consultation so you have some clarity. And again, man, if you want to show value when people aren't on the dance floor, make sure the communication is there. Again, make sure you're following what your client wants. Also, looking apart, bringing the energy, whether it's smiling, even you dancing. I think that's more important. Showing yourself having a good time. Those are just super important, man. Super, super important. Now let's think about business and branding. Now this is important. When you want to do when you're doing these corporate events, man, think about your business and branding. Keep that in mind, but also think about the clients. Are you dressed apart? Does your brand fit with this brand? And that can come with also your gear. If you're coming in with cheap quality gear that doesn't even look good. And again, cheap quality, it depends. Because again, you don't have to come in with a $3,000 table. All right. You don't have to come with the Humpter B3, which shout out to them. I did get that a couple months ago, and I love that table. And I take it to a lot of my corporate events where the spacing is proper and it's right and it's indoors. I got the white Humper B3 table. But think about it. Your presentation matters. Like, you don't want to come in with a table that's broken down, or come with a table with no cloth and you see all the scratch marks on the table. I think those details are very, very important. And us as corporate DJs, we need to be mindful of that. Okay. But most importantly, my last point, and I just want to hammer this down. I just want to get it through. Make sure your music selection is on point. I can't stress that enough. Again, there's certain songs you should know you should never play at a corporate event. There are certain songs that are just not acceptable. It's not a club, all right. It's not Ratchet Fest. And I felt, again, if you want to go far in the corporate DJing space, that hip hop genre, the rap genre, you have to give it up. You gotta let it go. You literally have to stay away from it. It is not going to help you land gigs. It's not going to impress clients. And most of your clients and then guests at the event, they don't want to hear hip hop. They don't want to hear rap. Remember, this is not about you. You're being hired to be a best reputation of a brand and bring a brand, make a brand pop, bring it to life. Hip hop, rap is not going to do that. So if you're a DJ and you're thinking about playing some hip hop, some Playboy Cardi, Travis Scott at a corporate event, yo, think again. Do not even do it. Do not even do it. You should actually know what to play, but most importantly, talk to your client. They will tell you what they like and what to play. Have those conversations. It's super important with your client. Have those conversations. What vibe, what style are you looking for, and implement that. Do your research. There's so much music out there. Do your research. Do a Google search. See what DJs. If you're not familiar, see what DJs are playing at corporate events. But also use your brain up here. If your audience is between 40 and 60 or 50 and 70, you should know you shouldn't be playing anything, especially any hip hop. You should know that. It's just common sense at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So again, corporate DJs, remember, not every corporate event, and most corporate events, they're just not going to be a dance party. All right. Your role is to create a seamless background, an amazing vibe, keep it professional, keep people engaged, keep people talking. If you're seeing the head nods, you're doing a good thing. People are telling you, or great song, know that you're doing a great job. Don't worry about people not being on the dance floor for corporate events, especially if they're telling you this is not a party. We just want you for background and vibe. So you probably won't be playing high energy EDM as well. So keep that in mind, corporate DJs, as you go into your next corporate event. And for DJs trying to get into the corporate space, follow these guidelines. Let me know what stood out to you. What did you like? What you didn't like? I'm DJ Reese of Recreate the Vibes podcast, and I'm signing out. Peace, y'all.